Alright guys, this is a rare look inside a police helicopter. Let's dive in. I wasn't expecting to be sitting in a Pol Air anytime soon. Hey guys, B Snappy here. I'm here with Sergeant Stafford and he's from Pol Air. Is there any chance we can have a look at the helicopter inside?
Sure we can. I'll give you a quick tour. Inside the aircraft we have seating. We have seats on the back for passengers, so it could be water police or search and rescue or tactical operators, or sometimes the canine come in with a canine handler and a dog. We also have a couple of extra seats up the front here behind the pilot. And over on the other side is the console where the systems operator sits. Down here is a hand controller, and that controls the FLIR camera which is on the front of the aircraft. So you can see up the top here we have our helmets hanging up. The helmets themselves are equipped with a radio microphone and speakers, so we can hear all the radios. So we listen to quite a number of different radios. We have local and country police channels. We're listening to maritime channels and then the airband channels as well. Also on the helmets we can affix night vision goggles which we use to fly at night time.
This is like what you see in an airliner, these little flight planning routes. Does this have autopilot?
This aircraft does have autopilot and also has auto hover, so the helicopter can be put into an auto hover mode and the pilot can just sit there.
What are all these screens used for?
So we have on the left hand side in front of you is a duplication of the systems operator console screen. So on that it's incorporating a map and a video image from the FLIR camera on the front of the aircraft. The mapping system, we have a selection of about 8 or 9 different maps depending on the job. So we can go from a street directory to a satellite image or maritime charts or topographical charts if we're doing a search in the bush. So we can bring up whatever type of map we need to do for a particular job. The other screens here we have to show us where we are in relation to controlled airspace basically, and these two screens here is what the pilot uses to monitor the aircraft performance, so the engines, electrical systems. And then he has his 3 main controls. Like most helicopters, the pilot has 2 foot pedals. Push them left and right, changes the pitch on the tail rotor, which gives direction for the tail. So then we have the cyclic, which changes the direction of the disc as it's spinning.
Yeah.
And then we have the collective lever here, which he lifts up and down, which essentially gives the aircraft the up and down movement. So by combining these 3 controls, the pilot can position the aircraft wherever we need it to go.
What's the furthest out to sea you've gone?
We can fly no problem down to Hobart, so we can fly across Bass Strait. We have access to immersion suits if we're crossing over the oceans, a long way offshore. We would wear immersion suits so we have protection if anything did happen. But as I said, this aircraft is very safe, and with the floats we're sort of pretty happy to be flying offshore.
What was your most memorable flight?
We were flying just out of Essendon one day and we had a large bird, a cormorant, actually hit the front of the aircraft and punched a hole through the nose and ended up wrapping itself around my feet. So
oh wow!
We had to get back to the airport, and I had to manoeuvre underneath and get the bird out to stop it from jamming the controls.
Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
So you can see on the outside of the aircraft we have up here a rescue hoist.
Yeah.
So we can winch people and equipment up and down using the rescue hoist. So it has a long steel cable, and this hook opens up to allow us to attach whatever it is we require. It might be the crew to go up or down, or it might be equipment.
Yeah.
You'll see this device here, which is where we attach a fast rope, and this can be used by tactical operators to rapidly exit the aircraft. So we deploy a rope from the aircraft using this hook. Once they're on the ground, we then drop the rope and we can fly away.
So what's your role aboard this helicopter? Are you piloting it, or are you using the camera? What are you doing?
So we have a pilot sitting up in the front right-hand seat, and then there are 2 tactical flight officers that make up the rest of the crew of 3. One of the tactical flight officers is the mission commander, who sits up at the front next to the pilot, and they assist the pilot with the flight. They also conduct all of the communications with the police via the radios. And they also coordinate the mission that we're actually on. A second tactical flight officer sits in the rear as the systems operator,
Yeah.
It operates the camera system.
How far can those cameras actually zoom? If you're at altitude, how far can you see, like a perfect car?
Well, generally speaking, we'll fly around about 2,500 to 3,500 feet, depending on whether it's day or night. But generally speaking, we can see a number plate from, up to 1 kilometre away.
So how many flight hours do you do a day, and what's your task during a shift? Do you fly every day?
Yeah, we fly every day and every night, in fact. So we generally will have one helicopter on 24/7 coverage on 12-hour shifts. During that shift, the average flight time per shift in the air is about 5 hours.
So in the 5 hours that you are flying, what are you doing in that 5 hours? Are you just patrolling?
Yeah, so sometimes we just get airborne and go out to patrol, but generally speaking, it's not very long before we are called to actually attend and assist with a particular job.
Thanks, Sergeant Stafford, for the interview, and I look forward to see you flying in the skies, and thanks for the work you do for us.
No worries, thanks very much. Great to meet you.